Today is Sunday, October 15th.
15. So we're reading last Sunday's newspaper, the front page. What happened?
To Tracy Kroh.
Thank you. Right? I'll read just the beginning and then I'll explain why in the end. The last shot to solve a 34-year-old cold case in Dauphin County may come down to the adult mind of a 90-year-old man. Mark Eugene Warfel has been named in court as the prime suspect in the 1989 disappearance and presumed death of Tracy Kroh, a 17-year-old who vanished in Millersburg the summer just before her senior year at Halifax High. Numerous bombshells aired in court have tied Warfel closely to the Kroh family and to Tracy, dating to the late 1980s. District Attorney Frank Chado, I think that's how it's pronounced, told Penn Live that had investigators known of the many links between Warfel and the Kroh family, the former auto shop owner likely would have been a person of interest much earlier in the investigation, instead of 30 years after Kroh's disappearance. Warfel also is suspected by state police. Achado and his own adult children in 2018 death of his wife, Doris, according to court testimony. However, Warfel, who's been imprisoned on unrelated charges since 2019, has never been charged in either the Kroh case or the death of his wife.
Wow.
In May 2022, he was declared incompetent to stand trial on unrelated burglary charges after a psychologist for the defense testified he has dementia. But Chado isn't giving up. A second court hearing on Warfel's competency is set for mid-November. This time, Chado said, he'll present evidence from a medical expert who evaluated Warfel and concluded he's competent. Ammunition the DA's office didn't offer at the first hearing. The legal case that's the basis for the second competency hearing is unrelated to either Kroh or Warfel's wife. Instead, Warfel faces 3 counts of indecent assault stemming from incidents at Harrisburg Hospital in June 2022. Warfel, having spent 3 years in pre-trial detention on burglary charges before he was ruled incompetent, had nowhere to go after his 2022 release from Dauphin County prison, so he was sent to the hospital. Authorities say, while there, he assaulted multiple nurses, leading to new charges in July 2022. He's been lodged in a state prison nursing wing ever since. But what's the status of the high-profile Kroh cold case? Right? So basically I read for that reason. Not a lot of people, will have access to the newspaper. Right? Newspapers kind of, the truth is going out of fashion. Right? I would not have read that if it wasn't for our housemate subscription, right? Which was interesting. Second thing why I'm reading this, because I just want to read so people would have a chance to at least hear this. That there was another person who was more likely to be the suspect more than the other person who has been under suspicion, right? And we made comments, right? And it is an interesting case because I heard about that before, and I heard the people who had been under suspicion. And now you have these. What did we comment about? That now they have other types of, just say, Exhibit A was evidence to show, right? Especially now with other facts coming to surface. Right? So that was it. The other thing is because it's a Sunday, right? And what were you doing there?
Putting a grill together.
You were putting a grill together, and I started reading, so I thought that would be a nice thing to do, to register this moment, which is during our holiday season.
And I'd like to point out his nice decorations. He did everything.
Yes, for the video. Why? This is not what we do. Like it's not. It was just a moment. We like to register our reading, and I think it was very unique, right? Having a newspaper. that mention a case that's famous. It became kind of a legend, right? In Dauphin County, let's just say. It involves like a student from Halifax High, like 30 years ago. You can see there's a whole drama developing from this, right? There's a guy who was suspected, and he lived his life, right? Searching for the truth. And this other guy who is out there, who's probably has mental issues from the get-go, right? Has not been caught in the past. Is just being thrown from place to place for professionals to deal with. So it feels like the whole reality is kind of summarized here in the horror of this. There's this kind of, almost like a Cheshire cat. If you read through, you start going through categories, right? Things you see movie, Halloween, like that Cheshire cat character, that Mike Myers character, the Halloween character, who, remember Amanda said, he's everywhere. But he can be everywhere because he was not caught. People were looking, they were looking somewhere else to find, and he's hidden there, causing trouble to all this. Like, imagine the amount. So it's a Halloween horror picture that tragically it started or ended the life of a young, right? But that spread like a disease through reality, and people have to deal with it. And it's taking time from judges, from trials, from one only person having to causing all this, right? Taking the time of nurses who have to deal with other patients who are really sick. What do you do with this? That's some. I'm not trying to point at, to accuse, or to like why don't they deal with this? It's like the whole reality seems to be held in this never-ending it's an unsolved case. Like the cold case is there. Things are still going on forever. So it's like and that's it. We're not focusing on the bad though. We're focusing on this, right? Unique moment. And I hope I had someone who have any interest in this read or listen to the intro. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's a full page, and I get nervous and I don't read as more naturally as I would, right? And I'll be here stumbling for 2 hours, and it's gonna be more annoying. So that's it. I'm sorry for the nature of the news, but I still desire like at least a decent Halloween, right? For people who want to try to breathe some more light energy into the horror of reality, let's just say, right? Thank you.
Thank you.